On a UTV crash will be laid to rest next week. The latest on the tragedy and how the community is honoring their memory.
Plus, the Trump administration seeks to defund the agency behind the TPC explosion investigation. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's breaking down how this could make it easier for companies to break the law.
And Texas lawmakers unveil first draft of redrawn congressional maps, where the biggest changes could happen. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Song just never gets old. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for being here with us on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. We're going to start off with a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Beaumont, above the 12 News studio. What's your name over there? Jeff Gerber, our meteorologist, the best meteorologist in Southeast Texas.
It's about to go down.
He's going to tell us if it's still raining here in Southeast Texas this morning.
Hey. Thanks for handing it off to me there.
Anytime, sir.
Joe,
hey.
Joe, Ronald, whatever you are over there. Look at some rain out there this morning. Southern Hardin County, northern Jefferson County, and a little bit of rain over towards Orange County. A couple of heavy downpours here and there, but generally moderate to light rain. We're watching this next batch of rain trying to work its way down, maybe towards southern parts of Jasper and Newton counties. Lakes area has been pretty dry for this morning. It's really been down here around the triangle where it's a little wet. So give yourself some extra time. Roadways might be wet out there this morning and a little slick. Temperature-wise, we're generally into the lower 70s, 73 in Jasper, Silsbee, Beaumont, Orange, 75 in Port Arthur, Kirbyville 74, and then Woodville currently showing 77. Here's our day planner. As we get towards 9 o'clock, I think the rain should be done. We'll see a break until late in the afternoon, and then we could see some more scattered showers and thunderstorms flare up, just with the numbers up there into the lower 90s, and then just the heat and humidity. So we'll go about 30–40% as we head towards maybe around 6 o'clock for this evening. But take the umbrella for yourself for this morning. Still a little bit of rain out there. If you live in the lakes, you won't have to worry about it this morning, but maybe later on this afternoon you might run into a few showers. Looks like the rain's going to stick around through the weekend, or at least off and on. We'll have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up in weather.
Thank you, Jeff. Storms rolled through Southeast Texas last night, leaving thousands without power and mostly affected Orange County, with the majority of outages in the Bridge City and West Orange areas. Energy says the storms damaged equipment at a substation in Bridge City. Most of those outages are cleared up this morning.
Well, 2 of the 4 people killed in a Hardin County UTV crash, they're going to be laid to rest next week. The funeral services for Hunter and Terry Smart, they're going to be held together on August 4th. The service is going to begin at 11 a.m. at Parkway Life Church in Lumberton. Now, they were killed along with Melissa and Otis Smart when their UTV was hit by a tanker truck on FM 92. Melissa and Otis's funeral service says they are still pending with Farmer Funeral Home. Kaylee Smart, she was the sole survivor of that crash, and she was flown to a Houston hospital. According to family, she remains in critical condition. There's going to be a candlelight vigil and community prayers for the family on Friday. That's tomorrow. That's going to run from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Pines Theater in downtown Silsbee.
Going across the nation now, there are new details about the deadly mid-air crash between a Black Hawk helicopter and a passenger jet. This morning, we're getting a clear idea of what the pilots of that American Airlines plane said in those final moments. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with details.
Flight 5342 is visible in the upper left corner as it approaches runway 33.
This morning, new video from the end of the runway at Reagan National Airport shows the moment before an American Airlines flight collided with an Army helicopter, killing all 67 people on board. The head of the NTSB now slamming the FAA and the Army for not taking ownership of the incident, saying it never should have happened.
Are you kidding me? 67 people are dead. How do you explain that?
During a hearing on Capitol Hill Wednesday, federal investigators revealed the Black Hawk helicopter likely didn't know how high they were flying or how close they were to the airliner before the deadly collision. The instrument in the helicopter that helps pilots gauge their height was found to be inaccurate by up to 130 feet. Investigators also found the helicopter route at the time of the collision allowed the Black Hawk to fly as close as 75 feet below planes. According to FAA surveillance data, there have been over 15,000 close proximity events between helicopters and commercial aircraft at DCA between October 2021 and December 2024. Some of the reports warn that the flight space was an accident waiting to happen. That route has since been closed.
At no point should there ever be helicopters flying underneath civilian aircraft.
And now the agency revealing the final conversations of the American Airlines pilots. The pilots tried to pull up in the final seconds before the crash, shouting an expletive just before impact. Family members of the 67 people who lost their lives filled the hearing room, including Doug Lane, who lost his wife and son in the crash.
When you see just how avoidable this whole tragedy was, but I know for many of us, filling in the blanks is helpful.
Developing in Power City, the federal agency that investigated the 2019 TPC explosion and even created this video showing how it happened, may soon be eliminated. The Trump administration is proposing to defund the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board. The independent federal agency provides safety solutions against industrial chemical accidents.
Yeah, and it may not exist at all next year. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he has more from the local attorney who represented many of the homeowners impacted by the TPC blast. Derek?
Mark and Tia, the Trump administration argues that the Chemical Safety Board generates unprompted studies of the chemical industry and recommends policies that they have no authority to create or enforce. The agency investigates probable causes of industrial incidents and creates a report that provides safety solutions for the future. It also investigated the 2019 explosion in Port Neches that affected so many homeowners. Beaumont attorney Mark Sparks represents many of the TPC victims. He believes shutting down the agency will allow companies to violate laws to slip through the cracks.
Companies cannot be allowed to grade their own paper and to comply with any federal laws. I think there's a recklessness to doing away with the CSB that does not exhibit the attitude of someone who has to live next to these refineries.
The White House argues that the agency duplicates the work of both the Environmental Protection Agency and OSHA, and that the agency's $14 million annual budget should be eliminated. 12 News reached out to CSB and several Southeast Texas representatives and industry contacts for comment. None have provided an interview or statement at this time. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek. Also in Power City News, a reminder there's going to be a public hearing this evening on the proposed carbon capture project that ExxonMobil wants to move forward with in West Jefferson County. Now, the EPA's public comment period that runs through August 4th, and a virtual public hearing is scheduled for 6 p.m. this evening. You're also going to be able to share your thoughts with the State Railroad Commission. They're having a meeting on August 26th in Beaumont, but you must pre-register by August 19th in order to be guaranteed a spot to speak at that meeting. Now, we have more information about all these meetings on 12newsnow.com.
This morning, we're getting a look at the proposed Texas redistricting maps. They withdrew the lines in an effort to flip Democratic congressional seats in the Austin area, the Houston area, South Texas, and North Texas. Analysts expect a fight in Austin, but Democrats may not have the political power to stop this. Our Jordan Williams has more details.
Democrats in the state's major metro areas are fuming.
They're taking pockets of urban voters and pairing it with communities that are not connected.
Julie Johnson, who recently became the first openly gay person elected to Congress from a southern state, would be pitted against fellow North Texas Democrat Mark Vesey.
This is more than just a Republican power grab. This is about discrimination.
In Houston, people showed up in force at the state's recent redistricting hearing.
So this could cascade into a whole nationwide situation of every state now in it for themselves.
Some say the new districts could undercut fair representation.
It's wrong. Everyone should have a fair voice. And if we are a majority minority state, which we are, then our district should reflect that.
In the Houston area, the GOP proposes changes to districts 9, 18, and 29. Those districts have larger populations of Black and Latino voters. Congressman Al Green represents District 9.
They want to set us up so that they can pass lines that have been drawn based upon race.
The changes could give Republicans an advantage in next year's midterms. President Trump says he's counting on Texas lawmakers to pull through.
Just a very simple redrawing, we pick up 5 seats. But we have a couple of other states where we'll pick up seats also.
Republican political analysts agree with that assessment.
I do think that achieving a 5-seat net gain is certainly a reality.
Back in Austin, Democrats are preparing for a fight, well aware that they may not be able to stop this.
We've seen this show before, and there's very little means a minority party has to stop something like this.
There are no changes to our 2 congressional districts here in Southeast Texas. We know legal challenges are expected in Texas if these maps are approved by state lawmakers.
And Wednesday, Texas senators, they approved a bill to ban the sale of consumable hemp products that have THC. Senate Bill 5 also bans selling or marketing consumable hemp products to anyone under the age of 21. It also establishes labeling and packaging requirements. The author of the bill, State Senator Charles Perry, says it's time.
Texas has a choice to make. We know for a fact this stuff's not good. And we know for a fact our state budget will reflect cannabis use disorders, health risks associated with it, and things in short order to come. This is one of those crossroads where we can say no.
Now, on the other hand, State Senator Nathan Johnson, he favors an approach that would regulate THC products rather than ban them.
Doing nothing was not an option then. It's not an option now, but a total ban, in my view, is neither enforceable nor desirable, nor is it respectful of the rights of individual adults to make consumer choices.
These senators have to take one more vote on Senate Bill 5 before it can head on over to the House. This is set to happen on Friday. All right, coming up, High Noon is issuing a voluntary recall of its vodka seltzer after some cases were mistakenly labeled. What you need to know coming up.
And it's wet out there for this morning, especially here around the Triangle. Looks like rain chances are going to stay in the forecast as we go through the next several days. We'll have your 7-day coming up in just a little bit.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Money Matters, sponsored by Gulf Credit Union.
Well, High Noon has issued a voluntary recall of its vodka seltzer after some cases were mislabeled as energy drinks. The concern is consumers could accidentally ingest alcohol. The Food and Drug Administration says that cases of High Noon's beach variety shipped from July 21st to the 23rd contained cans that were mislabeled. The brand is recalling 2 production lots due to the labeling error. The FDA said no illnesses have been reported.
While a lot of people don't like the rain this morning, there might be a few out towards Gator Country that enjoying some of those raindrops out there this morning. You can see quite a few gators swimming around there out in Finette on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network as the rain continues to come down a little bit. There's also a little, well, I'm not sure what bird that is, but oh, I don't know, it's just stuck its head up there and then kind of disappeared. It grabbed a bug or whatever and then took off. Anyway, here's current looking temperatures and a lot of 73s it looks like out there. 73 in Jasper, also Silsbee, Beaumont, Orange at 73. 74 Kirbyville, 75 in Port Arthur. Good morning up there in Woodville, currently showing 77. Rain has been moving into southeast Texas from southwest Louisiana. It's been kind of pushing in from northeast to southwest this morning. There are pockets of some heavier rain, but most areas probably picked up 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1/2 inch or so, 3/4 of an inch. It's starting to die down now. You can see what was a pretty good size of area of rain is now shrinking down. Even the stuff coming out of Louisiana is starting to shrink down as well. Here's current radar and a few showers left over towards Liberty, Chambers County, northern parts of Jefferson County, and we'll be watching these heavy downpours moving down towards maybe southern parts of Newton County here over the next half an hour or an hour. We have a little disturbance in the atmosphere. That's what's creating some rain today. Probably going to be around for tomorrow as well. And then we'll watch a front that's to our north and west come into the area towards the weekend, and that will still be the focus for some more rain. So we'll keep rain in the forecast. Now, this computer model, most of the computer models this morning didn't really pick up on the rain we had, so this rain here, not exactly right. I don't think we'll be getting rain around the lunch hour. I think it's going to be later on this afternoon and going into this evening. Now, we will see temperatures in the 90s today and 80s this evening, and then eventually overnight. With little chance for rain overnight, we'll see temperatures, looks like, back down into the middle to upper 70s. So a forecast for today, variable clouds. We'll go 40-50% coverage of some rain. We had that this morning. Then we might see a repeat of some rain and thunderstorms late this afternoon into this evening. Temperatures will be in the lower to middle 90s. For tonight, we drop off into the 70s, a lot of middle to upper 70s. Partly cloudy skies, a small chance for a couple of showers here or there, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. And then our 7-day forecast showing high rain coverages Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 40 to 60% there. So I would make some indoor plans for the weekend, but keep the 12 News Now app handy. Check the radar, and you'll be able to get out from time to time. And there'll be a little bit of dry weather as well as some wet weather. So not completely washed out weekend. As we look towards next week, our rain chances finally starting to come down a little bit. 30% for Monday, Tuesday, 20% on Wednesday, as temperatures remain there into the 90s. Our normal high for this time of year is at 94. So we're going to be at that or below through the next 7 days.
Kind of right where we need to be when it comes to that.
Yep, a little ahead on the rain, but as far as the heat, we're about right where we should be.
Looks like they're having the time of their lives out of Gator Country. That must be the place to be for this type of weather.
Well, I guess the Gators really love it when it rains. I don't know.
They sure do. Good time to go check it out.
There you go.
Thank you, Jeff. And for your Gator Country trip, be sure to download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather before you head on out there. Check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, your time is now 7:18, and get ready, snack lovers. Reese's and Oreo, they are teaming up for the first time in 11 years, and they are bringing 2 new sweet treats.
Trying to keep my facial expressions together because I don't really like Reese's nor Oreo, so that just
sounds like Oreos?
It just sounds real nasty to me.
Oh, I love both.
But I'm
of
a
those.
picky person.
That's okay.
All right. Well, the Reese's Jeff looks bad because he know I'm picky. The Reese's Oreo cup, which has Oreo cookie crumbs inside and a layer of white Oreo cream on top.
Love it.
It'll be available in king size, standard, and miniatures, and will be a permanent addition to the Reese's lineup. Then there's the Oreo Reese's cookie, which hides that classic Reese's peanut butter cream between Oreo's signature cookie layers with a sprinkle of Oreo crumbs. This one's limited edition. Get it while you can. Pre-sale starts August 18th and boat treats hit stores nationwide in September. I guess we'll have to try that one too on Daybreak.
Absolutely. We can have Jeff come over here and give us an official review of it. He can be our snack review specialist for 12 News. I love this idea. Good job.
He likes stuff like that.
He does. Personally, I would keep the Oreos and the Reese's separated, eat them separately. All right, moving along. Get ready for more animal drama. Zootopia 2, it's officially coming. The sequel follows Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde as their partnership is put to the test. After being sent to counseling by Chief Bogo, things get even more complicated when they uncover a mystery involving a venomous snake that threatens the city. Zootopia 2, it opens in theaters November 26th. That first movie was very cute. I feel like it was 10 years ago that came out almost.
I was going to ask if you watched it.
I saw it on a plane one time.
You had no choice.
I'm a fun uncle.
All right, well, this one's a really good one. Talk about a sweet proposal fail. Kevin popped the question to Natalie in Greece, but what was meant to be a romantic moment turned into a hilarious viral mishap. As Kevin got down on one knee, you see this couple unknowingly walk into the frame with the man casually pulling out a candy bar and snacking while the proposal was happening behind them. I mean, they are clearly clueless. The video was posted on Instagram, joking that it turned into a candy bar ad. Now the couple is hoping to track down the snack-loving duo, saying they'd love to invite them to their wedding.
And you know that guy put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
He set it up on a tripod and all that kind of stuff, and I guess they were in a tourist area where that could just happen.
I mean, like they are just so clueless to what's going on.
And they were completely enthralled with one another. They really were. So, I mean, it was a great engagement. You could see the beginning of it there.
Yeah.
And I guess she probably didn't even notice that he was setting up that tripod. He must have worked so hard on that engagement. But
at first, I didn't know, because remember I said, well, why didn't the person recording it just move? But it makes sense. Yep. And you can't control that because you're paying attention to proposing.
That's right.
Oh, man.
At least they have the memories to remember.
Yeah, that's a nice proposal story.
That is a great proposal story.
It kind of reminds me of like the Thanksgiving story when the kid went into the wrong home and they became friends forever. Maybe this could turn into
Absolutely.
that.
Love that story.
All right. Time now 7:22, taking a live look at Jasper. And meteorologist Jeff Gerber will be right back with another look at your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan, kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
All right, teachers, listen up. Mark your calendars. The McFadden Ward House Museum is hosting a Teacher Appreciation Happy Hour today from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Visitor Center on 1906 Calder Avenue. This event is free and open to all public, private, and homeschool educators. Enjoy a relaxed evening and learn about the museum's no-cost educational events. Plus, the first 50 attendees will receive a special teacher swag bag.
Well, a horse is a horse, of course, and no, I'm not talking about Mr. Ed, but there is a horse up for adoption in Orange County. The sheriff's office says the Bayronne mare has been with the agency after it was abandoned. Since so many people are interested in adopting this horse, there's going to be a drawing. The sheriff's office says that you're going to need to be prepared to pay about $800 if you do win, so be sure to contact the sheriff's office if you're interested.
Coastal Marine forecast for today, a west wind at 5 to 10 knots along the coast, sea around 1 to 2 feet. Only one high tide, that's at 8:12 for this morning. Our sun sets tonight at about 8:10. Mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays. A few showers out there for this morning. Might see a few more late in the day. Water temperature in the upper 80s out into the Gulf. And here's a look at radar. Speaking of a few showers, seeing some thunderstorms down towards the Bolivar Peninsula this morning. A little batch of rain just west of Beaumont. That's sliding to the south and west. And then we have some more showers up back into Beauregard Parish, sliding into southern parts of Newton County for this morning. So we'll continue to track these. Most of these should die down this morning. We might see another round of some showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon, going into this evening after we reach highs today into the lower 90s.
All right, coming up here on Daybreak 12 News Plus, a Jasper County family is in shock after their dog was killed. The call the sheriff's office received before investigators say the suspect pulled the trigger.
Plus, we're hearing from a Houston man visiting Japan who was among those receiving tsunami alerts in real time. What he experienced next.
Plus, the battle is over. 12 News reporter Derek Jones breaks down the Beaumont City Council's decision on EMS workers after years of legal disputes.
And don't forget your umbrella as you head out the door this morning. It is now 7:27, taking a live look at downtown Beaumont. We'll be back with more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thank you for joining us here on 12 News Daybreak. My name is Mark Armstrong.
And I'm your girl, Tia Johnson. Time now is 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. A woman is recovering from burn injuries after a trailer fire in Orange County yesterday. Orange County ESD3 responded to a trailer park on Lawn Oak Drive late in the afternoon, not far from Little Cypress. Firefighters treated the woman at the scene. The fire caused major damage to the trailer. Investigators haven't said how it started.
And a Jefferson County grand jury, they've cleared 2 Beaumont police officers in a deadly shooting. Back in June, officers and firefighters, they responded to a house fire on Fillmore Street where police say 35-year-old Andy Ortez shot an officer in the head. Turns out that weapon was later discovered to be a pellet gun. 2 officers, they returned fire, killing him. The grand jury this week determined their use of fatal force was justified.
A judge has declared a mistrial in the case against a man accused of causing serious injuries to a 3-month-old baby. Austin Jones is charged with aggravated assault causing bodily injury. While testifying, a detective brought up Jones's polygraph exam. That kind of evidence isn't allowed in court. The judge quickly ruled that it could unfairly sway the jury. This morning, a Jasper man now faces a felony charge after deputies say he shot and killed a dog that wandered onto his property. Deputies say Richie Drody called him on Sunday asking if they'd come shoot the dog. They told him no, but a few hours later, they say Drody shot the dog anyway. Deputies also say the dog was not being aggressive. Drody turned himself in on Monday and is now charged with felony animal cruelty.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network above Jasper and Jeff Gerber. He is standing by with today's forecast for Southeast Texas. How's that rain looking, Jeff?
Well, up in Jasper, they've seen a lot of rain overnight into this morning. They've seen a lot of cloud cover, but not a lot of rain. The rain's been focused mainly here across, say, southern parts of Jasper and Newton County, over towards Hardin County, Orange, and Jefferson County for this morning. Still watching some rain over into parts of southwest Louisiana, trying to work its way off towards the south and west, but it's shrinking a little bit as it does that. And then we have a little batch of rain here in the northwest corner of Jefferson County that's still trying to hang on a little bit. So there is some rain out there. If you live in the Lakes area, you don't have to worry about any rain this morning and heading off to work. There are a few sprinkles and a little bit of light rain around the triangle here. Temperature-wise, we're in the 70s, 73 from Jasper, Kirbyville, Silsbee, and Beaumont to 75 in Port Arthur, Orange at 74, and Woodville currently at about 76. I think we'll be dry by 9 o'clock, and then as we head towards the lunch hour, we'll be close to 90 with dry conditions. 93, 94 maybe for a high today, and then with the heat and humidity, we'll see more showers and possibly a few thunderstorms kick off by very late in the afternoon, if not this evening, kind of like what we saw yesterday, but I don't think it's going to be a repeat of yesterday as far as the coverages, but still could see a few showers and thunderstorms develop across southeast Texas late today. We'll continue with the rain as we head through not only your Friday, but through the weekend and even into next week. We'll have a complete look at your 7-day forecast coming up in weather in just a little bit.
Thank you, Jeff. After that 8.8 earthquake struck off Russia, tsunami waves, they reached Hawaii, California, and Washington. Dramatic footage shows the chaos in Russia where buildings crumbled and doctors operated as tremors hit.
In Hawaii, residents evacuated to rooftops with the all clear issued shortly after. Liz Kreutz reports from Honolulu.
Tsunami alerts issued as far away as South America. After that massive 8.8 magnitude earthquake, one of the largest ever recorded, struck off Russia's Pacific coast, sending people rushing out of crumbling buildings. Portions of the ceiling collapsing on travelers at an airport. Doctors here seen mid-surgery, desperately trying to stabilize a patient. Tremors shattering this Russian kindergarten building, the entire wall falling away. Thank God there were no children inside, he says. The quake happening along the Pacific's Ring of Fire. The first tsunami spotted in this small fishing village. You can see those buildings floating away. In Japan, millions evacuated, some flocking to rooftops. And in the U.S., tsunami warnings issued up and down the West Coast.
We decided to go to elevated ground.
Hawaii braced for the worst.
It can move cars, it will throw fences around. If it hits, it can dislodge trees.
Honolulu in gridlock as residents race to get away from the coast. Tourists at beachfront hotels forced to seek shelter above the 4th floor. Hundreds crowding in resort hallways for hours. Airlines canceling flights. The Coast Guard ordering all commercial vessels to evacuate harbors.
They left without us. Hold on, I'll show you. There they are. They're leaving us.
Mandy Berry said she had to stay the night in a Hilo shelter after her tour bus didn't make it back before her cruise ship left port.
My first thought was, why are they closing the gate? And then my second thought was, wow, this is really happening. They're really going to leave us.
Overnight, waves crested to over 5 feet in some areas, but no major injuries or damage reported.
And this morning we're hearing from a Houston man who's in Japan visiting with friends and was among those getting alerts in real time. Simon Martinez was visiting Hiroshima when his phone started buzzing. Tsunami warnings and alerts were issued across the Pacific. And Japan, Hawaii, even the entire U.S. West Coast. He says he was scheduled to take a ferry ride just hours later.
We had a ferry ride scheduled and a couple hours after we got the alert. So we were kind of concerned since we had the tsunami warning. But they said, I mean, the water was perfectly fine. If there was a threat, the ferry would have shut down and we would have gotten a notification.
Martinez says ferry services continued and no major damage was reported there. It's 7:36 right now. Back here at home, Beaumont City Council members voted unanimously to approve a settlement that will make all civilian EMS workers civil service employees.
Yeah, our reporter Derek Jones, he has reaction from the firefighters union about their victory in this case. Derek?
Mark and Tia, a 2022 lawsuit argued that when the Beaumont Fire and Rescue absorbed EMS operations in 2021, emergency medical service personnel should have been sworn in as civil service employees. In January, a judge sided with employee Caleb Fentner, who filed the lawsuit in the fire union, but the city appealed. The settlement still has to be approved by the court, but the city is now dropping that appeal. City council members unanimously voted to end that appeal and signed a settlement that will soon allow EMTS to have civil service protections equally to those of firefighters, but it still needs to be approved by a judge.
This essentially, for the union, means that we now get to look at our department as one department, truly one department, allowing this to move forward and put this lawsuit behind us, us and the city.
The reclassification means that medics will receive different employment protections under state law related to leave, vacation, promotions, disciplinary actions, and more. The union said that the settlement will take time to get back to the courts. Mayor Roy West said he was glad the city can move forward and is thankful for his first responders. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, we also have an update on Beaumont's possible game room ban. Now, council members are going to take a second vote on the matter next Tuesday, August 5th, and that comes after they voted unanimously this week to pass an ordinance banning the gaming machines. They need to pass the measure again for it to become law. Now, if they approve the ban a second time, businesses, they'd have 90 days to shut down their operations.
All right, let's go to new development in the controversy surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein case. The family of one of his victims, mentioned by President Trump this week, now speaking out, urging the president to reveal everything he knows about Epstein. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
This morning, Virginia Giuffre's family wants to know what President Trump knows about convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. In a new statement, the siblings of Giuffre saying, "It makes us ask if he was aware of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal actions. We and the public are asking for answers. Survivors deserve this." In 2019, when Epstein was charged with trafficking, Trump said they had a falling out and had not spoken in 15 years. The Giuffre family now speaking out after Trump was asked by reporters this week if Giuffre was one of the employees he claimed Epstein stole from his Mar-a-Lago resort.
I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know. None whatsoever.
Giuffre's family saying it was Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, who targeted and preyed upon our then 16-year-old sister, Virginia, from Mar-a-Lago.
I was recruited at a very young age from Mar-a-Lago and entrapped in a world that I didn't understand, and I've been fighting that very world to this day.
Giuffre, who died by suicide in April, accused Maxwell of recruiting her while she was working as a locker room attendant in 2000, claiming she was groomed to be a teen sex slave for Epstein. Maxwell denied participating in sexual activities with Giuffre and Epstein and denied instructing Giuffre to have sex with others. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche met with Maxwell last week, part of the Justice Department's effort to uncover information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims. Maxwell, currently serving 20 years in prison and appealing her conviction to the Supreme Court, offered to testify before Congress for immunity. Giuffre's family hopes that doesn't happen, saying Ghislaine Maxwell is a monster who deserves to rot in prison for the rest of her life. Trump has not ruled out pardoning Maxwell, but has said no one's approached him about it.
We've all been caught off guard by sunny skies that suddenly turned stormy, only to clear up just as quickly. But what causes this unpredictable weather? Find out next. You know?
Some rain on radar out there right now, and looks like that's going to be diminishing the rest of this morning, and then maybe another round of some rain later on this afternoon. Rain continues in the forecast through your weekend. We'll have your 7-day forecast, including the weekend, coming up.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
All right, we're back with weather. We've all been caught off guard by sunny skies that suddenly turned stormy, that then clear out just as fast. Meteorologist Majestic Storm explains why pop-up storms happen and why they're so common throughout the Carolinas.
We've seen it again and again. One neighborhood is enjoying a hot, sunny day while, in a snap of a finger, the next neighborhood over suddenly goes from sunny skies to a torrential downpour. So why do storms pop up in random places during hot summer afternoons and only last a few short minutes? Let's raise your weather IQ. It all comes down to something called differential heating, and it's a big deal here in the Carolinas. Differential heating means the Earth's surface heats unevenly. For example, roads, parking lots, and rooftops absorb heat quickly and get much hotter than shady areas and water, which heat slower and stay cooler during the day. So while a blacktop parking lot might heat up to 110 degrees, a shaded nearby lawn could be closer to 90 degrees at the exact same time. This differential heating creates hot spots where these hotter surfaces warm the air directly above them. That air starts to rise, especially if it's humid. And speaking of humidity, it's one of the most important ingredients in the recipe for pop-up storms. Humidity measures how much water vapor is in the air. On humid days, there's a lot of moisture available in the atmosphere that is fuel for thunderstorm development. Next thing you know, puffy cumulus clouds can quickly grow into towering storm clouds, and boom, you get a pop-up thunderstorm. These storms develop fast. They can bring dangerous lightning, gusty winds, hail, and even isolated flooding because of how heavy the rain is coming down. While the storms can be fierce, they don't usually last long. This is because pop-up storms are single-cell thunderstorms. They form, peak, and fall apart on their own since they don't have extra energy feeding into them. So here's the bottom line. In the Carolinas, if it's hot and humid, don't always trust that sunshine. Those pop-up storms can seem random, but they never come without reason.
I know she was talking about the Carolinas, but we can see the same type of stuff here in southeast Texas. Outside, we have plenty of cloud cover, almost 4/10 of an inch of rain this morning over in Orange, 0.38 to be exactly, on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This camera's from the Horseman's Western Store right there next to I-10 in Orange. Currently 75 there, humidity at 99%, and a northwesterly wind at 5 to 6 miles per hour. Temperatures right now in the lower to middle 70s, 73 Kirbyville, Silsbee, and Beaumont, 75 Port Arthur, 74 Orange. Woodville's at 76 and Jasper currently at about 75. You can see the rain, the overall big heavy rain that we saw earlier. Some heavier rain cells have now shrunk down, and just a little thin line of some showers trying to push into the area for this morning. Nothing too widespread out there. These will continue to die down through the morning, and then I think we'll see a dry lunch hour, dry through most of the afternoon, and then we'll see maybe some redevelopment as we get into later on this evening. But right now, heaviest rain back over Beauregard Parish, north of Lake Charles there. We see a little heavy cell northern end of Orange County, and still some showers between Beaumont and Winnie. So if you're traveling now, heading down towards Winnie from Beaumont, or going from Winnie up to Beaumont, you'll be running into some rain pretty much the whole drive there. Our satellite radar shows that little disturbance overhead here, bringing us some rain for this morning. Also shows some rain in the Texas Panhandle due to this cold front. This front will work its way down towards us as we head towards this weekend and keep our rain chances in the forecast through the weekend and into early next week. Now, Futurecast is not doing a good job with the rain this morning, not even showing what we had this morning. So just take what they have here with a kind of a grain of salt. I don't know if we'll see anything around lunch. I think it's going to be more likely later on this afternoon as we get up into the 90s, and then early this evening that we'll see our best chance for some rain, and then overnight back down into the 70s and little chance for rain as we head towards, looks like, Friday morning. But variable clouds this afternoon. We'll go 50% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the day, with temperatures getting into the lower to middle 90s and then back into the 70s for tonight. Partly cloudy. I'll put in a slight chance of rain overnight. I don't really think we'll see too much as we head towards your Friday morning. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, looks like the weekend could be a little wet at times. I'm not saying it's going to be a washout all weekend, but at times it could get a little wet, primarily during the afternoon, during the heat of the day. Mornings might be okay, and some of those middle to late part of the evenings might be okay as well. But there will be some rain around, that's for sure. And then as we take a look at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, we see those rain coverages come down a little bit. We're looking at about 30% there, and temperatures pretty much holding right there into the lower 90s to start off next week.
Not bad in the sense of those temperatures being down just a little bit. I don't love the, you know.
The wet weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I don't love.
I know. But at least I'd rather have a little rain and maybe get out from time to time than have it being, you know, the heat index 115 and I can't do anything outside. It's just too hot.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so.
And
look for the silver lining.
Oh, well, I wasn't even talking.
You said all right.
All right.
All right.
Sure.
You guys ever heard the term happy wife, happy life? Well, it also applies to girlfriends, turns out. Now, a new study suggests that women, they are always right, especially in arguments. Studies show that women consistently score higher in emotional intelligence, empathy, and emotional awareness traits that allow them to process conflict and respond better than men. But are they really right?
I was about to say we is.
Take notes, fellas.
Uh-huh.
Just go, uh-huh.
All right. Well, speaking of love and relationships, one guy didn't get the memo because where one rises, another falls. The public breakup between the fan favorite Love Island couple, Janae Craig and Kenny Rodriguez, is getting messy. So many people love this show. Craig shared on Instagram that their breakup was terrible, disgusting, and disappointing, saying the relationship was not genuine from the start. Rodriguez posted his own message, calling it a painful ending, but wishing Janae well. Craig fired back, calling him a manipulative liar. Several of their season 6 castmates, including Serena Page and Leah Kateb, have taken Janae's side, and most have now unfollowed Kenny on social media.
Looks like he's just moving right along.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show, but it had a lot of people in a chokehold. I mean, everybody was talking about it.
Drama.
All right. 1,825 days. That's how long a Pennsylvania man has been eating Chick-fil-A every day, except on Sundays, of course.
Good for him. That's right. Dan Limboen, he has eaten the chicken fast food chain for the past 5 years straight. The Montgomery County man loves the food so much that he even got a tattoo to commemorate his half-decade streak.
The streak and obsession, I guess, of this part didn't start until I graduated from school, came back home. I got a job working building conveyors, and it was like 2 miles away from a Chick-fil-A. So I was like, wow, I've been there like 2 months. I guess I'll just keep on going.
And he says that he has no plans on stopping soon, and that he plans to travel abroad as the company begins to open restaurants outside of the U.S. I guess he likes to say it's my pleasure.
Oh my gosh, you just, Jesus. All right. When 12 News Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out at 7:51.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak, streaming here on 12 News Plus. It's 7:54 right now, and it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. A woman is recovering from burn injuries after a trailer fire in Orange County yesterday. Orange County ESD 3 responded to a trailer park on Lawn Oak Drive late in the afternoon, not far from Little Cypress. Firefighters treated the woman at the scene. The fire caused major damage to the trailer. Investigators haven't said how it started.
And a Jefferson County grand jury, they have cleared 2 Beaumont police officers in a deadly officer-involved shooting. Back in June, officers and firefighters, they responded to a house fire on Fillmore Street, where police say that 35-year-old Andy Ortez shot an officer in the head. Turns out the weapon was later discovered to be a pellet gun. Those 2 officers, they returned fire, killing him, and the grand jury determined this week that their use of fatal force was justified.
A judge has declared a mistrial in the case against a man accused of causing serious injuries to a 3-month-old baby. Austin Jones is charged with aggravated assault causing bodily injury. While testifying, a detective brought up Jones's polygraph exam. That kind of evidence isn't allowed in court. The judge quickly ruled that it could unfairly sway the jury.
Our 7-day forecast shows the rain moving out for this morning, and then it's a little loud. About a 40% coverage of some rain today and Sunday, or Friday and Sunday, 60% as we head towards Saturday. So the weekend looks a little wet, especially during the afternoon hours. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, rain chances are around 30% down to about 20%.
Oh, we got a bunch of stuff here on the table. That's okay. Today is well, today is Miracle Treat Day, and we are enjoying some Dairy Queen blizzards in hopes that you will too. I'm going to put this down and let Tia take over.
Gosh, you, especially you, are you done?
He's on his second one.
Ahead of today's fundraising event, Southeast Texas high school students went head-to-head or spoon-to-spoon yesterday eating in a blizzard eating contest. Today's annual fundraiser benefits Children's Miracle Network hospitals. A portion of the money from all the blizzards bought in Southeast Texas today will go right back to kids at Christus Southeast Texas. Yesterday's winner, Jackson Lindo from Hardin Jefferson High School, was happy with his big victory.
Like, I like ice cream, but it's like doing it for others and like kind of raising attention. That feels good.
Students from Lumberton, P&G, Vidor, East Chambers, Hardin Jefferson, and Hampshire Finette participated. And today you have a chance to buy a blizzard and get in on the action of giving back. Also, we want to share your reason to smile with us. Just text us your stories and photos to 409-838-1212 so we can share with all of Southeast Texas your reasons to smile.
Absolutely. This is making me smile.
I was just thinking that.
My second one later on this afternoon.
Even your lips is like highlighted from eating so hard.
So hard?
We'll be back.